Healing is hard, but sometimes asking the right questions make it just a little easier. In part 1, we explored what it feels like to sit across from an AI and share what's on your mind. In this video, we go deeper. Can AI really help us untangle our thoughts? Can it hold space for our pain, our anxiety, our fears? Today, we ask these tough questions so we can get better together. So, here we go, asking questions from ChatGPT yet again. So, I'm going to ask my first question to ChatGPT, which is, why should I even talk to you instead of a therapist? So my question is that why should I even talk to you instead of a therapist? Let's see what it replies. Okay. So the answer is this is a very valid and important question. I'm not a replacement for a licensed therapist, and I'll always encourage seeing one if you're dealing with deep emotional pain, trauma, or anything that needs professional help in a clinical sense. That said, here's why some people choose to take me alongside therapy or even when they're not ready for it yet. So ChatGPT is there 24/7. That's a very valid point. You can reach out to it in the middle of the night and when your emotions hit the hardest, where not even a therapist is available. There is no judgment ever. Not that I'm saying that there is a judgment when you talk to a real therapist, but with ChatGPT, you can say anytime what you're feeling without worrying about how it sounds. The third most important thing is instant support. Sometimes you just need grounding work, a little clarity, or just someone to talk to right now. No appointments, no waitlist. That's where ChatGPT or any other eye therapist comes to help. Reflection and coaching. If you're trying to process things, rebuild trust, let go of pain, or take small steps in healing or growth, I can guide you, challenge your thinking gently, and help you by showing up constantly. Fair. I mean, sometimes we're not sure that if we are ready for a therapist yet, but we need some sort of reflection and coaching. That's where you can actually turn to AI and talk about what's going in your head and like turn towards some who's there for you consistently. If not either or, think of me like a steady, judgment free space to sort things out and get support on your terms. But if you're ever in distress, a therapist is absolutely the better and safer path. So yeah, that's what ChatGPT said to why we should seek therapy from GPT. AI is not here to replace therapy, but for many of us, we need a starting point to start that conversation. For us to get that encouragement to seek therapy, to get reflection of what's going in our head, and that's where ChatGPT or any sort of AI therapy comes in space, where you can actually talk about what's going in your head and understand what's happening with you and then decide if you need a professional therapy or if it is just something that you can tackle on your own. So we'll move on to the next question that we need to ask chat GPT. My next question is, if I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed, what are some ways you can help me process these emotions? So let's type this out. If I'm feeling anxious and overwhelmed, how can you help me do it? Okay, ChatGPT says if you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, I can walk with you through it in real time, step by step. Here's how I can help in that moment. Help you breathe and ground. I can guide you through a calming breathing or grounding exercise to help slow your racing thoughts and bring you back into the moment. He's also given a very interesting example, and actually, a lot of therapists also do this because I've tried numerous therapies. So, inhale deeply for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale slowly for 6 seconds, repeat 3 4 times, and let me know how you feel after. Actually, we should do this while we are on this video and see how it really feels. For me, I have tried this a couple of times and it actually helps you calm down a little. And the second part of it is name what's going on. We can unpack what is triggering you right now. Anxiety often lives in vague thoughts. Naming the stressors can shrink their powers. You can tell me what's going on, or I can help you figure it out if it gets tangled. That's again very true. Sometimes, while not all the time, but a lot of times, anxiety actually stems from a lot of vague thoughts. For me, sometimes it's a random flash of memory which is not even relevant, but then it holds so much power on me that it actually takes over me entirely for my entire day. So, sitting and acknowledging these thoughts, these memories, rationalizing through them that it holds no power on me, or it is in the past, or it's not going to define my future or me or my relationships or anything in any way, can actually help me get better in that moment. So, yeah. Third point is calm the inner narrative. So, ChatGPT says that it'll help you challenge any spiraling or harsh thoughts gently, like an inner coach, reminding you that you're not alone, not failing, and not trapped in whatever you're feeling right now. That's the kind of support and validation you need sometimes instantly when there's no one around to provide you that. Because a lot of times what happens that you go to your partners or your friends, but then there comes a point when you feel like that you cannot just keep going to them for every thought that you have or every anxious moment that you have. That's when you can turn to AI to talk about it all the time, again and again, until it helps you feel better. So, yeah, I think that's really good. Fourth point is that it can offer tools that you can use. So, Fair point. Whether it is reframing anxious thoughts, journaling prompts, a grounding checklist, or even something gentle like a mantra, you can get something you can actually do in the moment to feel a little more in control. Again, very fair, because personally what happens with me when I am extremely anxious or something, I there are times when I really don't know what to do. I try. There was this therapist that I went to, and then he told me a couple of things. One of these things was, if you're in heat and you're feeling anxious, then you just need to grab onto like ice or something really cold, and then that breaks the chain of thoughts. While it may help a lot of people, it didn't really help me. And because I had to wait till my next appointment to know what else can I do to break these pattern of thoughts and just feel better when I'm anxious. I think that's where ChatGPT could come to help. You can ask a lot of questions. You can understand it. If I want to journal, how can I start with that? If I want to break this pattern, what are the things that I can do? Is there a mantra that I can chant? What are the things that can actually calm me down right now and make me feel better? So I think that's something where ChatGPT can actually come in for rescue. And the last point, it's very sweet, just be with you. That's also very important, because when I'm anxious, there are times when I actually don't need a human presence, or there are times when I actually crave a lot of human presence. You can't keep on demanding it from people around you. I mean, I'm sure they want to be there for you, but the time and the situation, sometimes it doesn't allow people to be there for you. So that's when ChatGPT comes to help. You can actually talk to ChatGPT and tell them about what's happening, and just be upfront with it, that okay, you know what, this is horrible, and yes, you're feeling absolutely right, and then get that validation you need, or get that support you need. So yeah, ChatGPT would be a great ChatGPT, any other AI that you use, would be a great place to go to when you're feeling all of this. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. It's not just about advice, it's about having a space where you can just be open about your feelings, your emotions, and everything, and not have to hold back. Because as humans, I feel that there are a lot of places where we actually hold back a lot when it comes to sharing our thoughts or what's going in our head, because we always feel that there'll be some sort of judgment which will come back towards us, even if it's with our closest friends or whatever. But with AI, you can actually break free from those judgments and just be transparent with your emotions, with your thoughts, and talk about your feelings. So I would like to conclude this video by saying getting better doesn't always mean big breakthroughs. Sometimes it is tiny steps, gentle questions, honest reflections. And if AI can help you ask those questions, it can help you start those conversations. Maybe that's a start which is worth making. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, for being willing to get better together. I will see you in the next video, where we go deeper and find ways to get better through AI, through different practices. Meanwhile, stay well, stay happy, and all the love and happiness to you all. Bye bye.